The first thing I saw was the knife. The second was my dog on the ground, blood soaking the dirt beneath him, right in front of the old sign, private property, no trespassing. And the man holding that knife, wearing a black vest that read HOA Cop, like 3 letters made him the law of the land. If you love powerful stories, you don't want to miss this. But before we continue, tell us, where are you watching from? It makes us so happy to see how far our stories travel. And please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm a rancher, no fancy uniforms, no fake authority, just land, livestock, and a pistol I carry illegally but responsibly. Out here, help doesn't arrive fast. My family's worked this land for generations. Fences, surveys, deeds, every inch documented long before Karen and her HOA thought they could claim it. Karen hated that my ranch didn't obey her, claimed my land overlapped HOA zones, claimed my cattle trespassed. I showed her deeds, maps, permits, everything. Calm, professional, she smiled. We'll sort it out, she said. Translation, she'd take what she wanted. A week later, cattle missing, sheriff confirmed tracks, tire marks, cut fencing. Karen arrived with fake paperwork. We relocated them, she said. Smug. I warned her, step onto my land again. It's trespassing. 2 days later, her muscle showed up. Fence cut, knife raised. My dog moved first, and he paid the price. In that heartbeat, everything changed. This wasn't about cattle anymore. It was about survival and about showing Karen the hard, sweet way that fake authority doesn't own anyone's horizon. The man in the vest stepped closer, knife glinting in the sunlight like he owned the day. My dog's shallow breaths hitched in the dirt. I didn't panic. Years on this ranch taught me how to stay calm when danger smells like sweat and metal. Back away from my dog, I said, voice steady, boots planted in the dirt. He shook his head, chest puffed. You can't do this. I'm authority, he barked, like a child trying to bluff a lion. I looked down at my dog, eyes tracking me, tail twitching weakly. You're not authority, you're trespassing. You stabbed my dog, drop the knife, I said. Instead, he lunged. Knife swung wide, birds exploded from the trees, instinct took over. I fired twice. The HOA cop's body jerked, knife clattering, vest folding like paper as he hit the ground. Silence except for my own heartbeat and the wet, uneven sounds of my dog struggling to stay alive. I rushed to him, hands pressing hard against the worst wounds. Stay with me, boy. Stay with me. Phone in hand, 911. Armed trespasser shot. He stabbed my dog. Send deputies and animal emergency now. Then the vet. Oxygen mask. Prayers whispered over fur that had saved me more than once. While sirens drew closer, I couldn't stop thinking. Karen's smug smile, her fake paperwork, her overconfidence. Every ounce of her authority dissolved in the dust beside my dog. Some lines aren't suggestions. Some warnings aren't bluffs, and some people, they learn far too late that ranchers will defend their land with loyalty, wit, and a little poetic justice. By the time deputies arrived, the dust had settled, but the air still hummed with tension. I placed my pistol on the ground, palms up, hands, voices, commands everywhere. Step back, keep your hands visible. They secured the man, rolling him carefully, cuffs snapping. One deputy bagged the knife. Another knelt beside me, checking my dog's pulse while the vet truck screamed down the dirt road like a miracle. My dog, battered but alive, wagged weakly. I whispered promises I wasn't sure I could keep, brushing the blood off his fur. The sheriff shook his head. You kept your cool, he said. I laughed, a dry sound. Years on this ranch teach patience and aim. Meanwhile, the HOA cop groaned in cuffs, disbelief plastered on his face. Karen, of course, had texted instructions, forged paperwork, every move recorded on my security cameras, and a neighbor's drone footage. Every attempt to hide her crimes was now a highlight reel of her arrogance. By morning, charges were filed: aggravated animal cruelty, armed trespassing, assault, impersonating authority. Karen, conspiracy, livestock theft, forgery, criminal trespass. Justice didn't just knock, it stamped, nailed, and locked the door behind her. And as my dog nuzzled my hand, scarred but still loyal, I finally smiled. Some lines aren't suggestions. Some warnings aren't bluffs. And some people, Karen included, will learn that fake authority doesn't protect you from the consequences of crossing the wrong rancher. If you're enjoying this story so far, like, comment, and subscribe. It only gets better from here. Weeks later, the dust had settled on my ranch, but the echoes of that day lingered. Karen's phone calls went unanswered. Her emails bounced. The HOA dissolved under the weight of lawsuits, fraud, and criminal charges. Her carefully curated authority had crumbled like a house of cards. Courtroom footage, drone videos, and my meticulously kept records told the story better than I ever could. Karen tried to argue, to deflect, to charm, but the law didn't blink, and neither did the truth. She was sentenced to 7 years, stripped of her reputation, her power, and her house. The HOA cop, 19 years. Psychological evaluation mandatory, and a lifetime ban from any security or HOA role. Some lessons hit harder than a legal gavel, and they don't come with warnings. Back at the ranch, my dog lay on the porch, scars visible but spirit intact. He barked at a passing crow, tail wagging like he hadn't missed a beat. I laughed, brushing him off. You still got it, boy. Still my hero. The sign went back up, shining in the sun. Private property. No trespassing. Only this time, everyone understood. Some lines aren't suggestions, some warnings aren't bluffs, and some people, they'll learn far too late that ranchers don't just defend their land. They protect their legacy, their family, and the ones they love, with every ounce of wit, courage, and loyalty they have. If you enjoyed this story, like, comment, and subscribe, share it with your loved ones, and tell us where you're watching from. It makes us happy to see how far our stories travel. Some victories are sweeter than revenge, and some heroes wear fur.